What's up, guys? This is Higgins with Legal Automations. I'm on a quest to try out every filament in every color. And on today's episode, we are taking a deep dive into SUNLU's TPU Silk in cream white. So one of the things I do like about SUNLU's is it's nice, easy to open box, as well as pretty easy to open little bags within their filament. So as you can see, this is a TPU flexible filament. It's the silk version, which if it's anything like PLA silk, it tends to be a little bit more difficult or brittle and more aesthetically pleasing. So as you can see, nice cream white color, always good to see. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this in the filament dryer. So I'll see you back here for this benchy. So if you're new here, we always start out by printing a benchy in the generic filament settings in whatever slicer we're using. In this case, Snapmaker's Fork of Orca and the generic TPU. So this should take over an hour and a half, a little bit over, an hour, 40 minutes. But we'll go and get that done along with all the other test prints. And here they are. So I'm not a huge fan of working with TPU, mainly because the type of testing I do tends to not really favor it. But as you can see, a lot of issues with quality control here, stringing and bumps and everything like that under the for the finishes. But you can clearly tell that this is obviously a benchy, but again, just so much quality control that raises a lot of concerns and questions for me. Next up, we have the dimensional cube. This is printed 40 by 40 by 40 millimeters cubed. As you can see, it did come off the build plate a little bit difficultly, or with a lot of difficulty. Overall, I'd say pretty, it's TPU. It's not always the stuff that you would want for some quality aspects with some of this. As for temperature, best one was 225. That one had the least amount of stringing and the least amount of globbing. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best one for it. Retraction test was okay. A lot of stringing, which is to be expected. Max volumetric speed test. So this one was able to succeed at 20 millimeters cubed per second, which is very good to see. But there was some quality issues with some lines and skipping and everything like that. So I'm going to suggest dialing it back to about 5 millimeters cubed per second to somewhere between 5 and 10. So I'd probably say maybe like about 7 millimeters cubed per second. Overhang test. So the overhang test technically succeeded, did go all the way up to 80 degrees. But as you can see, it was a major loss of quality over about 40 degrees for the overhang test. So just something to be on the lookout for if you're looking at working with this filament. Anyway, we got those things dialed in as best we could. And it's still not to my standards. There's still a lot of issues with bumpiness and quality and that kind of thing. So again, just typical kind of TPU stuff. But if you're interested in getting this filament, you can pick it up over at Amazon for less than $22 at time of filming. Again, it's a cream color, glossy, kind of silkish, as is the name. So my overall thoughts are, look, I'm not a huge fan of TPUs in general. I'm not a fan of this particular filament. I think that there's probably better quality for better price out there. But, that's just my opinion. So if you can't really recommend this, but if, so anyway, if you like this type of content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the nice YouTube things. Be kind to each other. I've been Higgins with Legal Automations. Hope to see you back here